A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twin Flame Union. In this channeling session, I would be talking about the divine masculine and the divine feminine's mirrored feelings. And here there is a big positive shift that has happened. The divine masculine, who had blocked the feminine for a long time, everywhere on social media or on WhatsApp, on phone, on messages, wherever he liked, he wanted, he had blocked her. He unblocks her from everywhere literally, doesn't leave you in one place. And he's doing so because he realizes that he learns a very big lesson. He learns a few lessons. First of all, with the karmic entanglements, he's done with the karmic connections, and he's learned one thing, that no matter what happened previously, he is thinking about previous times. No matter what had happened, she would always call me, she would always message me, she would never ignore me, or she would never make me feel very bad. Even if I would have made a mistake, she would forgive me. With the karmic, that does not happen. In the case of masculine, when he is with the karmic connection and the karmic makes any mistakes, even if it's a big blunder, she would never forgive, she would neither say sorry, and she would never come to talk to him, or because she is even a worse narc than him. He has narcissism, he has those narcissistic energies or slightly selfish energies or egotistical energies, but she is like few steps ahead of him, and she cannot change. The only reason why she is called karmic is because she is here to live a karmic life, a materialistic life, a body oriented life. She is not here to live a spiritual life or be spiritually mature as well. So she cannot be spiritual or pretend to be spiritual or moralistic or loving. She doesn't have unconditional love for him. She is really good in pretending that she loves him, or she loved him whenever they were together. And when I'm saying all of this, I don't want you to be angry or be frustrated or be hateful towards the karmic. In fact, we should thank the karmic, because if the karmic does not fall into the picture, the lesson is never going to be learned by the masculine. So after going through all of these situations, the masculine realizes that if only I hadn't blocked her, if only I hadn't deleted her number, if only I hadn't done the things that I did, like removing her from everywhere, there would have been some kind of communication between us. And a long time has also gone by. In his perception, in his world, he was gone for 2 years or 3 years or 1 year or whatever amount of time he needed to learn the karmic lessons. He feels really bad that I did that, and because she was blocked for so long, what am I supposed to do now? He's in those energies. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to unblock her, just in case she has not deleted my number, or just in case she's still somewhere around, or just in case she happens to check my profile. Although he's not thinking from those perspectives, he doesn't think that she stalks him. He also unblocks her because he's become the stalker. Or we won't use the word stalking for him, because he doesn't check. In this case, okay, I'm not talking about every masculine, every man and woman dynamic. I'm talking about this channeling. He doesn't check her profile every day. Stalking is when you're constantly checking someone every single day, with hidden names, with hidden profiles, and you're keeping an eye on them, you're keeping a check on every move. He maybe checks her out after 1 year or something, or after 2 years, after a long time has passed. Or maybe he's also trying to communicate with her, so he's looking up for her. And in the meantime, when he looks up for her, he gets this perception that she is out of his reach. He cannot get back to her. It's because she's come to such a level that she will never accept a man like him anymore. Because the things he did to her, they were not very nice things. But he also realizes at the same time that whatever he did, whatever he said, whatever he's done to her in the past, not right now. Right now, yes, he ghosted her, or he went away from her, or he blocked her. That is one thing. But before that, whatever he did happened because he could not read people properly. He did not have the energy or the power or the wisdom to be able to differentiate between a fake person and a real person. That's one thing. Now, on the other side, at the side of divine feminine, what energies made this happen is because she started disliking this idea that she is always desperately looking for a man, or she's constantly thinking about somebody, maybe it's his twin or maybe it is somebody in her head. In some cases the divine feminines may not even be in active relationships, or they may not be communicating actively with people, but she feels that many people are selfish around her, many people are fake around her, or many people are good, or whatever it is, but everything is destined, everything is pre-planned. It seems to her that it's all God's plan. So why is she worrying about a man? Why is she always thinking about some prince charming will come? Because in between, while the DM was gone and she was doing her spiritual inner work, she also attracted karmics in her life, and she realized that these karmics make her feel that my DM was still better than all of them, all these people. Like when you're healing narcissistic abuse with your own mother or your own father or your own family members, you realize that these type of dynamics exist everywhere, and most people are not going to change anywhere because they are here to live a certain life. They are on a karmic path right now. Maybe after few lives they will become very enlightened and wisdom, but they will not experience certain things which they can experience, which the ascensioner can experience. So there is no point judging them, because at one time, even the ascensioner was not so wise. Correct? Even the ascensioner did not know what is correct and what is not correct. They also had lack of judgment, and ascensioner means all the people, twin flame, star seeds, light workers, people who are on a spiritual mission, they are ascensioners. The rest of the world is just living a worldly life. So that judgment is gone. How Jesus used to say, please forgive them because they don't know. Right? So they feel they have this compassion. Instead of having a hatred, instead of having anger, instead of having frustration, they have this compassion towards a person that, okay, this person is behaving in a certain way because they don't know. And when I speak about compassion, guys, please understand, when you learn compassion, you also learn how to treat people. You are not supposed to treat psychos and a normal person, somebody who is making a mistake, in the same breath. With psychos, you need to just ignore them, or you just need to tell them point blank in their face that I don't agree with you. You need to act it out in such a way that they learn their mistake and they know that yes, my way is not the highway. Because most psychotic people, they think my way is the highway, and most people who are in the false twin dynamic, they are going through some kind of psychotic dynamic in their lives, and many of them cannot get out. Lucky for the twin flamers, lucky for the ascensioners, lucky for the light workers, that at one point when they have attracted these type of people, they grow out of it and they stop attracting it. But a false twin will definitely attract a partner who would be toxic, because both of them will play this toxic game. Both of them have to be toxic in order to live a whole life together. That's how it works. Anyway, so here the divine feminine is thinking, because she met some karmics, and every time she met a karmic, she felt that this is going to be the one for me, okay, because my twin is not with me, my twin has forgotten about me, ignored me, or treated me badly, he ain't coming back, or even if he comes back, I don't know what to do with him. But in the meantime, the emotions are so overpowering. Whenever they meet a karmic, the karmics would always initially make them feel that they're highly spiritual, very nice people, very compassionate, very caring, but it's only for a certain period of time. So both of them develop toleration power, both of them develop acceptance power, and this time the DM is thinking that I'm not going to block her, or I'm not going to go away from her. If we fight, if we have some kind of misunderstanding, we have some difficulty, we have some objections, we are definitely going to give space to each other. The best way is to give space to each other so that both parties can think think through the situation. But if I block her or if I delete her number, blocking, you can still unblock a person, right? And the other person will find out that yes, this person has unblocked me. But deleting someone's number, removing someone from your phone book, making them feel they're totally gone, that's not an ideal thing to do. Some people even learn it by when they're very rigid, when their ego is very high. They just don't want to forget and they want to keep running. Some cases, the other person dies. And when there is a death, when the twin flame dies, the other person's ego crumbles down fully. Then they have to do a different type of inner work, because they have to grieve, they have to forgive the twin, and they have to forgive themselves, and they have to make their life meaningful. Because I have said this in previous channeling also, I don't understand why people forget, why some twin flamers forget that they are supposed to live a mission oriented life. They are on a spiritual mission, and without having a spiritual mission, you cannot increase your energy. You cannot get into a union without having higher vibrational energy. This higher vibrational energy will only come through a spiritual mission. So once you understand that, then you will understand that your twin would be connected to you, or your twin would be very happy, or your journey would be successful. Only when you find out what's your mission, what's your purpose, and you live up to it every day and you are happy with that. People who find a mission, they become very independent because they learn the real thing about unconditional love. They start practicing unconditional love. In my previous channeling, which is about eating meat and sexual addictions and all those things, the volume was a little low. I'm so sorry about that, guys. If you listened to it and you felt that it wasn't very loud, that's because my mic was switched off at that time and it was a mistake that I had made. So I apologize for a few channelings where the volume would not be very high. And I hope it's fine in this one. Nevertheless, in that channeling also, I was saying the same thing, that we need to shift from lower vibrational energies. And one of the most pulling in energy is lust. So the karmic entanglement happens so that the feminine and the masculine both step out of lust, because the attraction happens because of the lust. The physical attraction is a result of lust. Unconditional love is not because of lust. Unconditional love that the twin feels for the other when they know there is a familiarity, there is a similarity, there is a very sweet type of love, very healing, very soothing. That's because they are experiencing pure love, high frequency love. Okay, so both of them are realizing things. She is not in the energy, she doesn't want anybody else, she doesn't want any other partner, she's done with all of that. And because of this huge shift, she's also surrendered to source fully. She has got illuminated and she's in the harmonization phase also. Some people would experience this during the illumination. So the masculine is like, there's no point blocking her or not being in touch with her. Maybe he'll take some more time if he's not made the first move or the contact yet, but he will do it. He will gather the courage to do it. In some cases it has already happened. In some cases it takes time. But the feminine, definitely she is not chasing anyone. Not the karmics, not the idea of love also. So basically the shift happens when she understands that this idea of love, which I've been considering as the correct idea of love, is not the correct idea of love. It's the false perception. So I need to let go of this perception, and the right person will come to me on its own, and nothing can divide us, nothing can separate us if it's written in our destiny. If it is maktub, nothing can change it. So for private sessions, personal readings, guidance on dream interpretation, counseling and therapies, please go through the description box first, and once you're sure, write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. When it comes to twin flame intuitive readings, I prefer not knowing anything about your journey in advance before the reading, because we need to get the best and the most accurate answers that can boostify your ascension journey, or boost your ascension journey. I made this new word, boostify. We will discuss your journey during the reading. In case of therapies, it's very important that you share with me different facets of your life and do the assignments given to you, which help you to share without inhibitions, so we can heal the wounded inner child. The wounded inner child is the primary reason why the adult is going through separation. So this is a very imperative step, because all this work leads to 5D union, and without the 5D union, 3D union is not possible. You can get the book In the Name of Love, which has 5 channel twin flame stories based on 5 different types of twin flame dynamics. It's based on the journey of finding your ultimate soulmate as well. The link is given in the description box, along with the links to the YouTube channels Ramayan and Mahabharat Diaries and the Sunamoon vlogs. Just the way, friends, food is very important for body, the right type of content is very much important for the mind. We need to deprogram negativity and keep up with the ascension lifestyle, or else you can even get married to your twin flame but still fall into separation. Ascension is a lifestyle. And now I would like to say this to everyone, whether you're a divine masculine or whether you're a divine feminine, your energy will become purer and cleaner when you start practicing devotion. Devotion is surrender actually. When you surrender fully, you become a devotee, and devotees are taken care by source. Technically, even in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, when Shri Krishna is having a conversation with Arjun, Arjun says, "Oh Krishna, you keep all the records, you give people, this, that." So he says, no, I don't do it. Their own karmas do it. Whatever karma you do, you will get that thing in return, the result. But what does surrender do? When you surrender to God, God will nullify your bad karmas, because you are asking for forgiveness. There is a word called paschatap in Hindi, and the English meaning is redemption. When you understand your mistakes, so surrender cannot happen until and unless you realize that I have also made mistakes in life. I have also hurt many people. So I'm equally bad. Maybe all of this that I'm going through is because of all the bad things I've done to people, all the people I've hurt in my life. So then you go into surrender mode, because you realize that it's not because you are fearful, or you want to you can't deceive the universe. If you surrender truly, you will also know that you have surrendered. Just because I have told you, or the channelings are such, or you found out from somewhere that one of the key final stages surrender, so I'll also surrender. But you've practically not surrendered. Practically you are thinking, or you're assuming that you have surrendered, but you need to still surrender. So that surrendering, when it happens, you'll automatically know. Your anxieties, your depression, your fears, nothing would be able to overpower you. On this note, I would sign out from this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.